Okay, anyway, today is Thursday, April 13th. I usually film on Thursdays. As I said in my last video, I'm gonna try and start filming twice a week, but I haven't been able to do that yet. So before I get into what I want to talk about today, 2017 has not been my year for health. I was sick twice in January, I think, or maybe like January and February. And then Sunday night, I started feeling this like weird pain in my stomach, and felt like I was dying. Still don't know what the problem was. I went to urgent care and they basically said they couldn't help me and they wanted me to go to the ER to get like CAT scan stuff done. And I was like, I'm not hurting that bad to pay for that. I am one of those people that does not have health insurance, so I just decided I would wait it out to see if it would get better or worse, kind of just see how it would go. So I progressively was feeling better over like a 2-day period, so I was like, oh, I'll be okay, I don't need to go. And today I'm feeling almost 100%, so that's great. My boyfriend thinks I just had really bad gas, but I literally am not joking. I felt like I was dying. Like, my back muscles were spasming, and I've never had a muscle spasm before. It was awful. I was like in excruciating pain. Either way, I'm fine now. But yeah, like, I'm generally a healthy person, and I feel like I have just been sick nonstop this year with like one illness or another, and that doesn't make me feel too good. So it's like the one year that I've been focused the most on like trying to be healthy, and I'm like the most not healthy. I don't know, it's weird. Whatever, moving on. I'm very thankful for my health. I'm glad to be feeling better because that was driving me crazy. And in regards to that, I basically feel like I did nothing for 3 days. Like, I didn't work out Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. So for 4 days, I did not work out. And I just, like, it's very easy to go to a bad place and think like, oh my gosh, I just wasted so much time. Like, I wasted 4 days of progress, basically, that I could have been doing this, or could have been, you know, getting all my food in, going to the gym, getting my training in, doing my posing practice. But I talked to my coach about it, and he was like, we are so far out, you have so much time, worry about your health first. So that's what I did. I literally just didn't do anything until I felt the ability to give it 100%. But I wanted to talk about some motivational stuff like I like to do all the time. But I've been thinking lately kind of how to put in words like little tips and tricks here and there, because no one's motivated all the time, but there's still all these really successful people that you look at and you see, and it's like, wow, how do they do that? I'm not one of those people yet, but I do have some tips and stuff that I'm going to talk about, just that I feel like has helped me stay in a more positive mindset. And I did take notes. This is totally not scripted, but I wrote down some stuff. So anyway, I titled it kind of 5 ways to better yourself. I don't know if that's the best way to put it, but it goes hand in hand with motivation and just staying inspired and keep striving towards whatever it is that you're working on, whether that's fitness related or not. And the first thing I want to talk about is commitment. If there's something in your life that you want to change, you have to fully commit, like now. Not start on Monday, not start tomorrow, not in 2 weeks, now, today, yesterday. You gotta fully commit. You can't half-ass do it. You have to fully do it. And if you're not willing to do that, then maybe you're not ready to get to that next level of wherever you want to be. Yeah, you have to jump in with both feet. If you're not gonna do that, then it's never gonna work. You have to fully commit to it. So like, say you're trying to start a diet and you want to lose some weight. If you keep the junk food in your fridge or in your cabinet, all those snacks and stuff, it's gonna be more tempting because they're there. Just go, throw them out, don't buy that shit, just keep it out of the way. Same thing with training. Like, say I wanna start going to the gym, I'm gonna get a gym membership, but I'm gonna start on Monday, or I'm gonna start next month. Why? Why don't you start today? There's no point in putting it off. You have to fully commit to it. Moving on to number 2. No one is motivated 100% of the time. Not a single person. And if they are, they're probably lying. Or they're just like a super freak, because no one's motivated 100% of the time. But with that said, like, say okay, I don't feel like going to the gym today, or I don't feel like eating healthy. That is just exactly that. It's a feeling and it's temporary. So even though you temporarily don't feel like doing something, you just get up and do it anyway. Like almost as if you don't have a choice. Like some days you wake up and you say, I don't feel like going to work. You still go to work even though you don't feel like it, because it's just life. That's what you have to do. So that's how I look at it anyway. Like on nights that I get off work and I'm like, oh, I'm tired, I don't feel like going to the gym, I just go to the gym anyway, because I know once I work out, I'm gonna feel better afterwards. So that's just my way of looking at it. Maybe it'll help some of you. Just get up and you'll never regret doing whatever that is that you don't want to do at the time. Like you're not gonna regret, well, you might regret eating healthy because you really want snacks or whatever, but in the long run, all those little times you don't feel like doing this or feel like doing that, it adds up and it makes the difference. Those days you don't feel like doing something are the ones that make the difference. The hard times are what make you a stronger person. Okay, moving on. Number 3. I always do that weird, like my pinky gets stuck. Okay, number 3. If you're a beginner at something, most of this is fitness related, obviously, because that's mostly what my channel is about. So we're just gonna go with that. If you're a beginner at fitness and you are intimidated at the gym, or like don't know how to do something, whether that's like the machines, you don't know what areas to work out on your body, anything, don't use that as an excuse. It is 2017 and there's this thing called the internet, and you can basically look up anything for free that you want. So say you get a workout plan and it has an exercise in there that you don't know how to do. If you go to Google and you type it in, I guarantee you there's gonna be a video, instructions with pictures, there's gonna be a million different things to show you how to do it. So not knowing is not an excuse. Don't use it as an excuse. Also, if you don't know what you're doing in the gym, ask for help. Ask a friend, ask someone at the gym that works there, ask someone that has been going there a long time. Most of the time people are gonna help you. Like if anyone ever came up to me and asked me how to do something, I would 100% help them and not make fun of them, not make them feel bad, because everyone's there to better themselves. So most of the time people are gonna be helpful. If you get someone that's not helpful, they're just a douchebag. So you don't need that shit in your life. Moving on, number 4. You have to cut negativity out of your life. Whether that's your own mindset, whether that's other people, whether that's family, friends, doesn't matter. If you have someone in your life that is constantly like bringing you down, you need to walk away from that, because it will literally bring you down. Even if you stay in this positive mindset, eventually that negativity is gonna get to you, and it's just something that you don't need in your life. And here's where this comes in. It's different if it's someone that doesn't understand. So say like you really are wanting to change your lifestyle and eat healthy and go to the gym, and your boyfriend, husband doesn't understand. That's not necessarily negativity, as long as they aren't being unsupportive. If people are still supportive, like if your family doesn't understand, that's fine. Explain it to them why you're doing this, and maybe they'll get into it too or whatever. But there's a difference between not understanding and negativity, and you'll know what those negative vibes are, whether it's from people or whatever. You'll know. You just have to walk away from that. And sometimes those are really hard situations to walk away from. For me, I don't really have any super close friends local to my area, so it's like I don't have friendships that I've had to cut off or anything like that, but I have walked away from conversations with people or just different things because it's like they are trying to bring me down. Just like in one of my previous videos where I talked about the food nagging thing, like fit shaming, food shaming. I literally just had to tell people, like, you need to stop, because I'm doing this for me and I don't need your unwanted comments. So just something to think about. If there's some negativity in your life, maybe you should reevaluate that relationship and then, make a list of pros and cons and go from there. Number 5. I actually have a list of like 7 things, even though I said 5 tips, but whatever. The other 2 are short. So my 5th thing that I want to talk about is mindset, sort of. You can really do anything that you set your mind to, whether that's fitness related or not. Literally anything. If you have a goal and you map out a way to achieve that goal, you will achieve it. It might take you some time. No one's saying it's gonna happen overnight, but it will happen for you. So think about it as like building a house or something. You don't just walk up to a blank lot, snap your fingers and there's a freaking built house. If you have bricks, you have to build those bricks one by one. Each day you're laying the groundwork for the next day, the next day, the next day, and then it accumulates over time. So say you want to lose 30 pounds. You can't just say, okay, I want to lose 30 pounds by next week. You set a goal. I want to lose 30 pounds in, I don't know, 3-4 months. So you break that down to, say I want to lose 5 pounds a month. So that's a smaller goal that you can accurately track. That's about 1 pound a week or whatever. And that's something that you can track. So like for me, I'm in prep right now. I'm about 27 weeks out. And I'm assuming that I need to lose at least 20 plus pounds. So right now I am looking at it as, okay, I'm gonna lose 1 pound a week and just go from there. Because I don't wanna be 8 weeks out and be like, holy shit, I have 20 pounds to still lose because I haven't been doing my shit every day. Then you're like stressed out, freaking out. It's gonna be harder to get there. So just do small goals here and there, and I promise you over time they will add up to something big. And then 2 more things I wanna talk about are, same thing with the negativity and cutting those people out of your life. With yourself, you have to have a positive mindset. If you're talking to like if you look in the mirror and you look at yourself and you're like, oh my God, I'm so fucking ugly, I'm so fat, I'm so this, I'm so that. How do you ever expect to change that if you mentally can't get past how you feel about yourself? You've got to look at it as, yeah, we all have flaws, but if you're working towards fixing them, things that are fixable anyway, you can do that, and you can do it much easier with a positive mindset. If you're always negative, I fully believe that you get what you put out in the world. So if you're putting out negative, how can you ever expect something positive back? So that's all I'm going to say about that. Moving on to number 7. Don't be too afraid of failing that you never try for something. Because if you never try, you're definitely never going to get there. So if you fail, all you have to do is say, okay, I made some mistakes, I failed, I'm going to get back up and learn from those mistakes and go forward. But if you're so afraid of failing that you never try, you're going to regret that. I promise you. I promise you, I promise you. I felt so silly and felt like a fool when I started this YouTube channel, and I'm not like some big YouTuber or whatever by any means, but I'm really happy I started doing it because it brings me joy to know that I can help motivate and inspire just one person. So but I was really, really scared to do that, and I felt so silly talking about it with people. Even my boyfriend at first, I was like, is this stupid? And he's like, no, you should do it. Surround yourself with positive people. I'm telling you, it makes a difference. Be positive yourself. Those are my tips, tricks, whatever. But anyway, today's back on track for me after being sick, so I gotta get all my food in today. My weight hasn't changed any since the last video. I'm still at around 123 pounds, which is good that I haven't gained weight, I guess. So we'll see if I can film some of my leg day stuff, and I will see you guys later.